Or Churchill has died. The CU professor was famous to some, infamous to others. He was a lightning rod for free speech issues after he compared 9/11 victims to Nazis. Then CU fired him for plagiarism. His subsequent court case dominated the news in Colorado for years. Ward Churchill passed away at the age of 78 after suffering a stroke. His former attorney shared the news tonight.
And 9 News reporter Spencer Soisher talked with that attorney. He joins us now with a look back at Churchill's controversial legacy.
Yeah, Churchill, a professor of ethnic studies, became a controversial figure in 2005 after he wrote an essay comparing some 9/11 victims to Adolf Eichmann, a Nazi who organized the logistics of the Holocaust. Churchill's essay argued people working in the World Trade Center that day were part of the financial machinery that made up American capitalism and foreign policy. Those comments led to years of backlash and a university investigation, which found Churchill had committed plagiarism in other writings. The university fired him in 2007, but he sued CU and won. A judge later threw out the verdict, and his appeals failed. Prominent First Amendment attorney David Lane represented Churchill at the trial and said Churchill said what he believed was right.
Churchill never gave a second thought about whether he offended people or not. He told what he believed to be the truth. He told his story of Native American history through the eyes of the oppressed, through the eyes of Native Americans. He was fearless. He never backed down from a fight. He was not just my client, he was my friend. I admired him greatly.
After his comments, CU's Board of Regents formally apologized to, quote, all Americans over the essay before Churchill was ever fired. Lane said Churchill was living in Georgia in recent years, where his wife had a job. Spencer Soisher, 9 News.
After a hot and hazy start to the week, a change is coming to our weather pattern tomorrow. Rain showers and storms are in the forecast. Meteorologist Kathy Saban is along with that delightful news.
Yes, and a cooling trend and less wildfire smoke, and we won't have an air quality alert. There's so much good news coming. Already some of that moisture is pouring into Colorado, and that cloud cover has brought temperatures down a little bit. But that cloud cover could be a problem for a lot of us that want to see the Perseid meteor shower tomorrow night. There's a chance we can see it, but this monsoon moisture is going to make it a hit and miss affair. So between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. tomorrow night, get away from city lights. There'll be little to no haze and wildfire smoke, so hopefully you'll be able to see it. Temperatures back in the mid-90s today. We have one more day in the 90s tomorrow, and then that cooler weather arrives. It's going to be tough sleeping weather tonight with lows in the upper 60s and lower 70s, but a big wind shift will allow for more moisture to move into Colorado. We're tracking widely scattered showers and thunderstorms tonight. A little lightning around Steamboat, a few showers trying to hold together coming off the foothills, but it probably won't be until tomorrow afternoon that we've got that chance at seeing some moderate to heavy rain right here in Denver. Coming up, I'll have that forecast and a look ahead to the extended outlook.
It's now been a year and a half since CU freshman Megan Trussell disappeared. The 18-year-old was reported missing in February of 2025. Her body was found days later in Boulder Canyon. The coroner decided it was suicide, a ruling her family has called into question. CBI is now reviewing the case. And as that work continues, a new state law inspired by Megan's case is set to take effect tomorrow. It's
going to place new requirements on universities regarding reports of missing students. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch along now with more on that. Janelle?
Kim, Kyle, Megan's parents say CU police took too long to seriously pursue her case. They say it shouldn't have been this way, and a new Colorado law will make sure that it doesn't happen again. Losing a loved one isn't easy. Megan Trussell's family says their journey to healing has been even harder.
In Megan's case, because of all the unanswered questions, we have to relive her death every day.
Joe Trussell says while he still asks what happened to his daughter, he doesn't have to wonder how similar cases will be handled in the future.
Do what you can to make sure that her memory stands for something.
Colorado lawmakers pushed for colleges to have a clear process for how to respond to missing person reports. If the law was in effect February 2025, CU police would have had to treat Megan as a missing person if she hadn't been found in the first 6 hours.
And hopefully something like this law will save lives.
Trussell can't say if the legislation would have changed the outcome of his daughter's case. He does hope no parent has to push for help when they know something is wrong.
we made the decision to go to the CUPD office just to see if there was anything that could be done. We were told she was couch surfing. They see it all the time. I'm sure it's nothing. No need to worry. She'll turn up. But we knew that her phone hadn't been used in 3 days. What 18-year-old doesn't use their phone for 3 days?
He knows losing a loved one is hard enough. Trussell hopes this law will help families avoid the pain he feels.
If this law simply motivates campus police and campus officials to take parents seriously, to get the situation into the proper hands more rapidly, then it's worthwhile.
Senator Janice Marchman, who is a Democrat, led the effort on this legislation. She says that she hopes that parents and families who send their kids to Colorado universities have some peace of mind knowing that this law is in place. She's also working on other bills for next of kin to receive death-related information and documents. Live from the Capitol, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
The city of Denver is ordering a nightclub downtown to temporarily shut down after an unlicensed security guard there was accused of assault. The city announced the suspensions of Olympus Discotheque's cabaret and liquor licenses today at nightclubs on Broadway near Stout. An unlicensed security guard, David Espino, is accused of sexually assaulting an underage customer at gunpoint last month. Police arrested him.
There is no state licensing requirement for security guards. So in most cities across Colorado, anyone could put on a plastic badge and a police-like uniform and act like a security guard. But that's not the case in Denver. In Denver, the companies have to get a license and all their employees have to get a license as well.
To get a security guard license in Denver requires somebody to go through a background check, yearly training by an approved provider, and get liability insurance. There are also annual fees. Olympus Discotheque was told to attend a virtual hearing next week and provide evidence for why their license should not be revoked. After that, a final decision will be made. We reached out to the owner, who told us they're shocked by the allegations.
The owner of a bike shop that promised free e-bikes is daring federal prosecutors to charge him. For months, Steve on Your Side has received complaints from customers of Bear Trail Bikes after they offered free e-bikes through a Colorado state tax credit. Many said they never received a bike, despite paying $50 to $100 in sales tax on the purchase. The FBI then seized assets and cash worth more than $500,000 from the shop's owner, Takuma Haygood. Last week, he was back dropping off bikes to some customers. He insists his company is above board and that the big pickup events earlier this year prove it. He accuses the feds of slowing him down.
You guys are dragging this on too long. Just charge something so we can go to court and we can let a judge see what's going on and we can let a jury decide if what we did was incorrect that you guys are accusing us of.
Neither the FBI nor the Colorado Attorney General would confirm whether they're investigating Bear Trail Bikes.
Today, Douglas County's Republican commissioners unanimously approved a $19 million tax break for a data center under construction in Parker. The measure means that Flexential will not have to pay tax on business personal property for 35 years, stuff like machinery, equipment, furniture. It's a tax that's assessed annually, even if a business doesn't buy any new machinery or furniture. During today's meeting, 5 people spoke, all in opposition to the tax break for the data center. Dougco's 3 Republican commissioners made clear they support waiving that tax for all businesses.
There's a lot of companies that have been here way before this company shows up. They've been paying it longer than you guys have been alive, and they're struggling to make ends meet, and they're paying that tax.
Business personal property tax is the worst thing this state has done for businesses in this state. I will give a 100% credit to any business that asks for it. I don't care who it is. Some of you may say, well, that's choosing winners or losers. I don't care who the winner is. The fact that I can give that, that's the winner.
The company's newest plant's being built off Chambers, north of E470. The project is only expected to generate 16 new jobs. The commissioners said today at the hearing that companies with fewer than $100,000 or less than $100,000 in personal business property already don't pay that tax. Colorado's largest school district is bragging on what it says is the largest electric vehicle bus fleet in the state.
9 News Pro Rachel Krause joins us. And Rachel, it's part of a growing trend.
Yeah, Boulder Valley has 13 electric buses. Cherry Creek is getting their first 6 next month. And Aurora Public Schools says they've got 7 EV buses, but are getting another 6 in September, too. Denver Public Schools is adding 25 to their existing 3, a change they hope will curb emissions and save a lot of cash on gas.
When you see a school bus coming, you expect to hear it too.
Yeah.
But DPS's newest buses may be their quietest.
It is weird to come and know that 25 buses are not going to come to life, from a sound at least.
Albert Zamora is the district's director of transportation.
This bus is so new that it still has the protective covering.
He says the lack of loud in the new buses is a good thing.
What you're not going to hear is the roar of the engine. And so
the district says grant funding covered the $11 million price tag.
It's going to cost less money to actually fuel and power these buses compared to diesel.
Tom Wildman is the director of sustainability for DPS. He says the district now has 28 EV buses, 12% of their nearly 300 bus fleet. With those buses driving 12,000 miles a day, Wildman says it's enough to reduce emissions.
diesel emissions has been deemed carcinogenic by the federal government. And our gas vehicles, even though they do emit, they are far cleaner than diesel. So even as a strategy, we've moved away from diesel.
And with diesel costs climbing, Zamora believes the new buses can save a lot of cash.
Some of the kids were like, we want to drive the yellow bus Tesla.
As their popularity grows, he expects these quiet rides may be the future for more of Colorado's kids.
That sets the emergency.
The district said they'd love to take credit for this, but the push to add more zero-emission vehicles is because of a climate plan pushed by their own students. They're hopeful to continue to find grant funding to add more EV buses to their routes in the coming years. Rachel Grouse, 9 News.